Hi friends, Andy Vegan! Today is my day of gentle juice fasting. That is once a week in the average. And I only drink on these days because I want to cleanse my body and my mind also. And fasting has been for ages, for generations, forever. Humans always fasted because they had no food. Now we do it for another purpose. We want to cleanse, and science shows it is true. Recent years, 3, 4, 5 years back, they began really good studies. And especially one study said an alternative kind of fasting, moderated fasting, modified fasting they call it, 2019, big study about fasting. If you eat something or have some calories, so not the 0-calorie fasting that was traditional, you have the same benefits, but it doesn't have the unwanted side effects that always come with kind of fasting 0 calories. So now we do the modified fasting in TriYoga. We call it gentle juice fasting or TriYoga Moonfasting. And that is a little bit more special with the special moon days. That is details, not so important. Regular is important. And it's gentle because you do not have these side effects. You don't harm yourself. Because fasting with 0 can be harmful to the inner organs and so forth. Headaches, sweating, heart racing. You don't want that. Right? You want to feel great. That's when the body goes to healing mode. So not stress. Stress was what they said before about fasting. It's a good thing, but they don't recommend it anymore because it can harm you, and you should always, when you do fasting, you should do medical surveillance with it. Have a doctor, a health professional with you. Not with gentle juice fasting, that is easy, and I do it with juices, and I make the most fantastic juices all the time. I make a new recipe every single day, so once a week I make a new juice recipe or plant milk, whatever. And today I show you a beet juice, one of the most fantastic flavors you can imagine. When it tastes like nothing, when you taste it, when you do it like that, just a beet, then it tastes like dirt, not likable, and it begins to scratch in the throat because of the oxalates, the insoluble salt that builds in the body, and it's not good. It's not bad, but it isn't really fun, right? But the thing is, there is so much sugar in the beet, it's so dense, it's an earth plant. It grows in the earth, under the earth. When you combine it with sweet and sour fruit, fantastic flavors come out, you can't imagine. I've never seen a plant that makes so many flavors with this, like this little beet flavor, a beet plant, the root, the tuber. And it's also good for, that is scientifically proven, for endurance. If you drink beet juice or eat beet 2 hours or so before you work out, you have more endurance. So beet is fantastic in many ways. It's when you begin a fasting day in the morning, beet juice really gives you strength. And so the juice I do today with the beet is apple, orange, and pear. That is also in itself a fantastic combination. It's all our common fruit, our most common fruit. You see, apple and pear. Yeah, they all have it in the shops. They always have apple and pears. It's a classic. Now in autumn, of course, there are more even, but they have it all through the year. And orange is also, that is maybe the most, it's everywhere on the planet. But these three together, they are perfectly balanced, have even a little creaminess from the pears. You're going to try that juice. It's a fantastic combination, and it's also nice with beet. Your beet needs a little bit something. And juice with fruit, you can put all kinds of greens that are bitter together in a nice juice with these fruit. It's a very nice combination. And I also add some ginger. That is one of the healthiest plants we have at all. Ginger is in the top 5. It's a tuber, turmeric, ginger. Then there's legumes, greens, dark leafy greens, or legumes like peas and so, and these and ginger, and there's some else. But the ginger is very on top, and it's very anti-inflammatory. It makes the body heal. It makes it not inflammatory. That means inflammation is with almost every disease has an inflammation going on also, and that fights it. Very powerful, and it makes you more nutrients take you up. Yeah, you have the same nutrient, the same food with ginger gives you more nutrients from the fruit for the system. It absorbs more. The Indians have a name for that. They call it the fire element of digestion. That is incorporated in the ginger. It's a hot flavor, right? But it's different from chili, and so that's another story. Ginger is nice for juices. It enhances the power of the juice, gives it more fire. I like that. And I will do that now with this juice. I'll come back in a moment when the juice is done and I'll show you. That's 1 liter beet juice, and it has a wonderful color. That is always the beet color. So powerful. Wherever you put into the beet, you have always basically this color. It gets a little bit lighter, darker, but that's nice. And well, the texture, as I said, we have the apples, pears, oranges. That makes it perfect. A little bit creamy, just a little bit, mostly from the pear, a little bit from the orange sometimes. And the beet, it is runny when you make a beet juice, when the beet is fresh and crunchy. When the beet gets older, softer, the water goes out, and it gets a little bit creamier. So the texture might be a little bit creamy, a little bit, tiny little bit, in a nice way. It is. I stir a little bit, I see the texture, yeah, I feel it. So texture is okay. It's a powerful, creamy, a little bit creamy juice, has some texture, some substance. And the calorie beautiful. Now the only thing that remains is the flavor, right? What does it taste like? Let's see. Wonderful. There is still the earth flavor from the beet. When you put some, for example, a mango into a beet juice, you have no more earth flavor. You don't taste the beet anymore. You close your eyes, you drink it. Where's the beet, right? That's so fantastic. There are so many things you can do with the beet. But the orange is the classical part you put into the beet juice that keeps the earth flavor. You taste that here, this deep, little bit heavy, or earth flavor. How do you describe? That's in there. Yeah, I think absolutely. And there's also the sweet and the sour and the little bitter from apple, orange, and pear. And then a little bit of ginger fire, hot, just not too much. It's a lot of ginger in there, but all these ingredients can do with a lot of ginger. So sometimes when you put too much ginger, you ruin everything. It's too hot, too bitter now. Not the case here. There's a lot of ginger, 3-4 inches of a ginger root, but it's good in there. So wonderful flavor. Now let me show you the juice as it runs into the glass here. Here you see, then you can see a little bit more, a little bit closer. That's it. It's a nice juice. I will, of course, get the full flavor and the full experience only when I drink all that. It will take some time, let's say, like a whole meal on a regular day. I eat slowly, that's recommended. I don't always do that, but I try, take your time. Same with the juice. I sip it, sip by sip over time. That's important for juices because here is what is not in the juice anymore. That's usually maybe the healthiest part of the food, the fiber on a regular day. The fiber has lots of nutrients. It cannot be digested by the body itself. It needs the help of bacteria in the intestines. And these bacteria are the core of our immune system. They are so important. And that's their food. So the fasting day, that's not there. So if the fiber is not there, digestion rests. This rest is very healing for fasting, in my view. And because it's like a night. At night, you don't have food in the body. Usually, it is already digested. Ideally, you don't eat late night. You sleep. The body can rest. The digestion can slow down, and you can fully recover. Restore the tissues. Detox, a strong detox, most of the brain. The brain is a huge detoxer at night. And that is very important. Not just the mind with the thoughts and the feelings and the dreams. No, substances, toxic substances go away through the mind, the brain. So that all happens at night with that paused digestion. And on a fasting day, to me, also paused digestion. Don't eat the fiber. You can eat fiber on a fasting day. It's a different kind of fasting. It's a little bit different. It's also healing. It's more healthy, as some experts say. But to me, fasting is not about adding more calories and more nutrients. They say, eat the fiber on a fasting because you have more nutrients. Fasting to me is not about nutrients. It's about reducing calories. And without calories, there go the nutrients. And then the body begins to eat itself. When you have less calories than usual, less food, the body begins to eat itself. There is a Nobel Prize winner from 2016 from Sweden, a biologist, that found out about this, that he was rewarded with a Nobel Prize for finding that the body eats itself in fasting. It's called autophagy. So the body eats itself and brings out the garbage. So that's an interesting story, but fasting is proven, have been proven to be healthy in many ways. Just do it right. So the fiber is out. I have to drink it slowly, but because when I drink it fast, it goes into the blood without any pause. And the fiber usually moderates the intake of nutrients into the blood. Without the fiber, no moderation, it just goes in. And then the sugar spike can come in the blood, lots of sugar all of a sudden, and that can cause really issues with the body, with the health, with the well-being. So that's why drinking slowly is important. So, on a fasting day, of course. Yeah, I will do that now. Enjoy my juice. Find out what it really does. All the juices are different. And if you drink it slowly, you enjoy. You also feel it. On a fasting day, the senses are more alert. You go inside and feel more what's happening inside. That's amazing too. I enjoy the fasting so much. I wouldn't miss it. I have less time to spend in the kitchen. No cooking. I can just relax, do things like being creative or just cleansing, going out in nature. That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like the video, subscribe. MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. Once a day, once a week. It's a fasting video. You can also find the fasting page on Facebook. It's called TriYoga Moonfasting. TriYoga, founded by Yogini Kaliji. She gave the ideas, the inspiration for that. The website is called TriYoga Moonfasting. You can find the juices there and the fasting calendar and so forth. Otherwise, just enjoy, like the video, and see you soon.